Its specialist crew a beacon of light will work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. Scales that tell stories of times long past. Deep in the echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves tales across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Renick the brain with numbers and might, 4 arms, 4 eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry hair, with a bond so strong in the vast expanse, unveiling the secrets in cosmic dance. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep. An age-old mystery, and Lockstitch holds the key.
I sneezed a booger out of my mouth today, guys, so I'm gonna need you to keep me in your thoughts and prayers.
Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 29 of the Starborne Melody arc. So, we are picking up right after yesterday's game. So, yesterday's game ended with Pollux and Castor casting a nasty shock against 2 corrupted Leviathans. Like, they were just 2 creatures made entirely of just corrupted magic. Like, while they had a physical form, they were just that. And as they were coming at it, and they rolled. No, wait, that's what happened. They rolled a success, but I gave Lore the option of like stepping in and making it even more powerful, and Lore rolled a 1 on that. But then we turned it into a reap and sow. So what happened was Vala got rid of, Pollux and Castor got rid of the serpents, and also Lore went missing. And then they tracked her down to a location. It's gonna take a day for them to get a ship ready to go to Phrygian. And in that day, they want you guys to study as much as you can about Phrygian, the history of it, anything about spirits connected to the area, and they want just like you guys to really go over it. And that is why they called today's game, and I will introduce our players. Alright, so we have Kira playing Catori.
Hello, friends.
And we got Darkborn playing Forge.
Hello, good friends. hands. See the beat. Yes.
We got Young Meat slash Bruised Meat playing Irwin,
Hello.
and we got Warlord playing Isaac.
How's it going?
All right, everybody. Forge's fucking artwork is so good. Like, you guys got to go look at it in the Discord once. I bet did you post it yet? Because like the token doesn't show you enough of it. It's just so good. So, you guys, Rennick called you guys to get here SOS. So, like, you had to drop whatever you were doing. And I really look forward to these answers. What were you doing, Catori? What were you doing when you got a call that you had to emergency go study history?
I was just reading. I was just curled up in a ball, snacking and reading. That's it. Nothing big.
Okay. That sounds like easy enough to do. That's like matches the whole vibe. You're gonna be able to get there in a respected outfit for the Dorian. Hey Forge! What were you doing when you got the SOS call?
Actually, I was. Well, you see what had happened was, I was making plans to meet Blue, and then the call came in, and I had to cancel plans. And had to close up all my projects.
What a hilarious outfit. I love Lydian so much.
It's absolutely beautiful. I'm crying.
And now for like that was obviously the joke, but Irwin and Isaac, I think everybody was basically at the Silver Thimble because you guys were called back to it. On your way, to get to Dorian, you have been told that you have the run of Dorian's libraries, and they are willing to share information with you four to help them out. Any non-Phrygian related information that you gather in this library is considered proprietary. You guys can learn it, absolutely. You guys just can't spread it. Barry the Beeromancer will be there to have you sign contracts.
So we can
hear you
knowledge.
clicking.
We can retain knowledge, but cannot keep knowledge.
You guys can't start writing papers about it.
So there's no way for me to record any notes on what I've learned in my book. Okay.
Right. Oh well, probably don't want to do that. Like, imagine everything here has a patent.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm just making sure I fully understand the implications.
Yeah, right. But just go ahead.
No, so will I be allowed to at least touch the documents and absorb the knowledge, like speed reading, like I do, just not transfer?
Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Like that's part and parcel why you guys were called. Because you guys have crazy speed reading abilities. Except for you, Irwin. You're just a big eye.
Which is effective for reading. See the whole page at once.
See? So, Catori and Isaac, because you two definitely were home. Oh, wait, what were you doing, Isaac? Were you home reading too?
It was most likely home reading.
There we go. So, you two, home reading, you guys get the call immediately. I think Forge, had his, speakers up too loud.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Just missed the first couple calls. It's just Rennick on a boat swearing. So, Isaac and Catori, what would you two bring if Rennick sent you the message that you have to rush to Dorian to study in a library? Like, what do you pack for that situation?
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no!
By the way, Nick, I love what you did with the eyebrow. It's fantastic.
Ridiculous artwork. So yeah, I guess we're waiting for Catori to get back.
Ford
hope-
is just vibing to
Go
For
ahead.
the Queen for the
Mm,
latest
mm.
For the Queen album.
Fourth of Queen is a dance group.
Sorry, not the dance, not For the Queen. I meant the dance remix of for Vampires and a Goth.
Three Vampires and a Goth Girl. We also have Sexual Pizza for Dancing. That's a new hit single.
Oh, really? I cannot wait to listen to that one next.
Kui and Patagon also released an amazing single called Hull Breach. It's very popular. Catori is bringing snacks. Then snacks and notebook pens. All right. But Isaac, are you set? Ready to go?
His notebook. His notebook, quill, probably a couple extra, possible research materials, but mostly set to go.
Absolutely. Irwin, you've been told that you're going to a library for research purposes. What do you bring?
A large quantity of coffee. Got to keep alert and attentive.
How does Irwin drink coffee?
The same way that he consumes everything else.
Do you put? Oh wait, did we discuss this? Do you just push it through your pupil?
No, it doesn't get pushed through the pupil. It just kind of gets it just gets absorbed through the membrane of his tendrils.
That's right. Nice. I'm glad we're not pushing like food through your pupil.
No, that is very much just an eyeball. It will hurt.
The concept of that, like, of a character where the eyeball is like the mouth, so like it smiles with the pupil and stuff, would be really creepy to me.
I mean, I kind of feel like anything giant eyeball is a bit creepy.
I've gotten over the creep factor with Irwin. At this point, he just seems like a guy.
I mean, that is kind of he is kind of just a guy.
He's just a guy.
The guy.
I mean, he's a regular sized guy. I wouldn't say he's a little guy, but
Yeah,
Wait.
he's regular sized, and he's just squishy and gross and a little bit magic.
yeah, that
A little bit a little bit less violence averse than most.
look at him. Kira, did Kira come back?
Yes.
Excellent.
Hooray! We missed you.
We
It's
miss
true.
your face.
But our aim's getting better. Haha.
Fucking hell. All right. So we are gonna just hit the floor running. So we are basically, as soon as you guys get to Dorian, this is the principal of Dorian, or the dean, or the chair. I'm not 100% sure where I've landed on this, but this is Bill. He leads Dorian. And he's just like, excellent, this way. And then he stops for a second. He looks back and looks over Forge one more time. He's just like, all right. And he just like starts walking down the hall in a brisk fashion. I'm thinking this is a very West Wing, guys. This is very just walk and talk situation as he's like starts handing you all files. I assume you've been pressed of the situation. We have. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Situation?
We have reason to believe there is a corruption in the ancient city of Phrygian. Once considered a long-lost city, now aptly found. And as he like turns the corner, and you see like what looks like a student presses back against a wall and like try to get really flat as like you four just continue forward. And he's just like as he walks, it's like, we have reason to believe the sense of the city might be corrupted. We have seen 2 corrupted leviathans. That is too many. We have a sample of the corruption in our library right now. And it's just like, it continues to walk forward. What we need is experienced historians and librarians that, I'm going to be frank with you, dabble in magic. And then he stops and turns and looks like directly at the 4 of you. We're creatures of science for the most part. We study magic, but we do not fully embrace it. Now, I have reason to believe you have all studied what you are calling anomalies, and you are all magical in some nature. Obviously,
That's
senior
correct.
officer. Okay. Thank you. Now, what I'm going to show you behind this door must remain a secret. We have had conversations with your administrative officer, Peanut, and we have clearance from your captain, and assurances that you will keep this to yourselves. Unless in the direst need, this information must stay between us. Do we all agree on that?
Agreed.
Sure thing.
If
There
I
are
had
groups-
lips, they would be sealed.
He turns to Forge. I think I heard everybody else say agree.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was just adjusting K10's leg. There was a loose screw. Yes, yes, I agree.
Excellent. And then, like, you hear hoof steps coming from behind you as Barry, the lead librarian of Dorian, comes up and offers you each a contract. It's like, if you don't mind. And it is, in fact, an NDA.
Okay, Catori's definitely gonna speed read that. Make sure she's not signing anything that she doesn't need to be signing.
Yeah, Forge will do the same.
Glad we all had the same idea.
This, you guys don't even have to roll. You speed reading, like, gets it every word. This is just a agreement that you won't talk about with anybody that does not already know. So if you can talk to somebody about this, you will feel it. Like, this contract does not stop you from talking about it. It just will let them know if you do. Like, you guys can break this contract whenever you want. They will just know that you broke it.
I see.
What's the penalty for breaking this contract? Just curious.
That
They
was
will,
my next question.
They'll just be disappointed in you. That's it. They will sue you. And, like, you will... Actually, no. It's very easy. The Silver Thimble will lose trade with Dorian.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
If the reason does not seem good enough. Like, you will have a chance to appeal. If your reason was a life or death situation, or was a situation that is deemed worthy, then all will be cleared. No harm, no foul. But if you are not, it's not deemed worthy, then Dorian will be cut off from the silver thimble entirely.
Oh no.
Okay, that is quite the consequence. Noted. And so Catori will go ahead and sign.
And Forge will also sign.
But Catori has a question for Bill whenever he's available for questioning.
Oh, he'll be. Yeah, he's here. He's good. Irwin, were you
I'll
saying
let
something right there? Sorry.
Just
Bruce
gonna
and
say
Matt go
also
first.
signing it.
Mm-hmm.
Also signed.
Nice. Barry collects them all. He's just like, I appreciate this, and then he like pulls off the yellow like part, and he's just like the underlayer, and he's like hands it each out. And he's like, and copies for all of you. And it's just like copy for Bill, copy for me. This one goes in this file, and then he's just like walking off. And like when you guys signed it, that thing has like 18 copies per sheet.
Oh my goodness.
Are they gonna fax a copy to my mother?
Mm-hmm, probably. Bill's just nodding.
Bastards.
He's
Wait,
very
I hope-
thorough.
Oh, I
Go
hope
ahead.
that my Nana Boots doesn't get a copy. She doesn't need to know this.
Don't worry. The main reason that we will send a copy to your childhood guardian if surviving, and if not, we go to the person that has the most emotional weight to you according to your file, and then we will enlist them in shaming you if you break the contract.
Oh, I don't think I could live being shamed.
Every time, if you break this contract, every time you see Nana Boots, she's just gonna.
Oh no! I don't think I don't think I could deal with Nana Boots or Blue being disappointed in me. Oh no! Cannot.
It's much harder for these three, as they are not from this world, and we do not have any records on their parental units.
Yes, this is true.
Yeah, Irwin doesn't have any.
It raises so many questions that I feel like we need to answer eventually. Did you just come out of something's head?
Sort of.
God damn it.
So
It's just like real weird necromancy.
There's more questions than answers here.
There's more formed from somebody's fear of a disembodied eyeball. The actual original eyeball was like normal sized.
I have so many more questions.
Bill's just like, me too. Just crosses his legs and sits down. He's like, let's go. No.
Perhaps
And that's the game, folks.
We're,
Perhaps
changing,
another
we're
time.
changing course.
I didn't intend on this being, fucking
yes, story time
Irwin's
with Irwin.
backstory.
He didn't even get the card.
Fucking ridiculous. Sorry, Catori, you had a question?
Well, I noticed that Bill said, what we call anomalies. What do you call what we call anomalies?
We have been calling it the library.
So you mean the library is one big anomaly?
He's like, let me show you. And he opens the door to this room. Immediately, Catori, this room is silver. Like, no questions asked. You can feel like your blue eye is glowing.
Neat.
It's like you are surrounded by silver. And he's just like, this is a step. We believe it's been holding it in place for generations. Recently, it has grown unstable. And you guys all feel like as he tells you this is becoming unstable, the contract you just signed lock in around you. Like you feel that is the key piece of information that you can't let out. The last few weeks, few months have gone pretty unsettling. This is, and he motions to, now Catori, you've been to Voices Lab. I assume everybody might, at one point in time, may have been to Voices Lab, but might be too presumptuous. But in Voices Lab, he has a tear in reality. It's a tiny one, and he's got it framed off, and like he's been keeping it safe. That glowing light right there is that. You can tell that is a Catori, that's a very powerful anomaly.
I wonder how
And-
that
go
got
ahead.
there. Do you know?
Bill, just through much research and some hardships and some tenuous agreements with groups that we are not proud of dealing with, we managed to create a reservoir for all of Dorian's knowledge, able to be accessed all at once. Imagine not having to read through our thousands of books. Imagine not having to wait. Just a thought and you could know the answer to any question that you wanted. What would you give to have that experience?
A lot.
See, and so did we. We believed it was very powerful, and we still do. We stand by this. This is the library. It will give you instant information as long as you can keep your mind focused. Now, fair warning, and the reason that we are so quick to offer this as our aid is we feel like you can help us out with something. We think something got in there.
Something got into the library.
We believe that during all this chaos, during the songs coming back, and we fully support your work. We too are interested in what happens when all of the songs turn on. But something, we believe, snuck its way through the door. Something made it past all this silver and got in. And we have reason to believe it is changing things.
Do you have any idea what? Is there any... Did they leave anything behind?
Catori, can you roll me a 20-sider? Oof. Bill's just because that was I should have rolled that because it was for Bill, but like it's fine. Well, Bill failed it. It's just like we couldn't find anything left behind other than a sense of I don't know how to put it. I'm sorry. It was
Do you mind if we look around?
No, absolutely. I very much support. I would be ashamed. I would think less of you if you didn't.
When you say that it's been changing things, what has it been changing exactly?
He like reaches into his vest and pulls out two very large books. And he hands you one. And it is a history book about the history of Yoke and the foundation of the city of Yoke, and how at one point in time there was a great and powerful spirit known as Fable who helped raise the city and like make it what it is today. And everybody looks back and remembers Fable in very powerful and good belief. Like that is 100% what everybody is. And then he's just like, that right there. And then he hands you another book, but this book has silver inlay on it. And it's just all about the many mysteries of how Yoke got started. Like the rumors of like there was once a giant fell from space, or a giant dragon laid it. Or what were some of the other rumors about it, Isaac?
Fell from space, giant dragon laid it. Some were just it was always there since the beginning of the world.
Yeah, and just for sure. And Forge, you've heard these things before.
Yeah. Yes.
This is gonna be wild. You remember what's in that book? What's in the first one? Like you grew up believing that Yoke was founded by a spirit named Fable.
Yes, I kept hearing stories from the children that very popular tale for the children is that the egg is Fable resting.
But Catori, Isaac, and Irwin, like, you don't have any connection to that. So, like, when you read the one in the silver book, it's like, no, that's what you remember when you got here. That is what you guys have heard.
Well, 3 out of 4 of us remember it one way. Must be the correct one.
Bill's just like, I too remember it, and he taps on the silver book. This new one is strange, and it was only found recently when somebody was reading through it as just a hobby.
So if anything, we should be trying to figure out what's up with Forge and why he remembers it different.
I have reason to believe that Dorian and those who study here can have a way of retaining our knowledge further. We studied it many years ago. And he's just like, the silver writing. Once we write it down in the silver, and then he's just like, and then we put it in the library, it will tend to stay unchanged.
Tend to.
And he holds out books of other one, 2 more books, and he's just like, Phrygian is changing right now. Like, he opens it, and you can literally see all of the text looks like it's swimming around the page. All of the letters are like in motion, like you filled a snow globe up with alphabet soup.
Ford, you see Ford is opening and closing their eyes, so because it's starting to make them just a little queasy looking at the quick moving writings.
So you can see we can help each other. You can learn all that you need to learn about Phrygian so that you may aid your friend. And also, you can do what you do.
Find the source of these changes while we're doing so.
Exactly. But please, we can't let... If everyone around the world becomes aware that something is changing their reality around them. There could be panic. Yeah. And he's just like, so, if you don't mind, and he just motions to the basically tear in reality that they have. It is a circular one. It is clearly they made it on purpose. Like, it's not just like a jagged tear. It's very like well cut out.
Oh, it's intentional. We can see that it's intentional. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And it does seem like they guard it as well as they can. Like, they've guarded it forever this way. It's just now it seems, you know.
So I guess we should wander around and see if we see anything suspicious.
It's just, when you walk through, when you go through this gate, or when you enter the library, I need you to we will need you to think of Phrygian. Like, think of the location. And he holds up a piece of artwork that, hold on, let's see which one works. Oh, this one's good. He's just like, he opens a book.
Okay.
And he's just like, this is how Phrygian looked. As our notes have memory of. Just think very pink.
That is very pink.
And he's just like, opens another, he pulls out a little thing and he's just like, okay. Also, because we have learned you're very musically inclined. Also, when you guys got to Dorian, there's just electro swing playing on a theremin all the time now. So I don't know if you guys knew what the backing track of Dorian is. Electro swing on a theremin.
Okay.
Think pink thoughts. And he's just like, Bill clears his throat and he's just like, is it working? Can you even hear me? And then he starts singing Taste of Ink by The Used, basically. As that is the vibe of Phrygian, for the record.
Okay.
Can you but go ahead and if you want to do detective work out here, Catori, go for it.
What would you like me to roll for that?
Just a 20. Yeah, 20-sider. Anybody who wants to like look around the outside of this place, go ahead and roll me 20-siders.
Oh, roll 20. Okay.
Yeah, might as well.
Jesus
Yeah.
fucking Christ.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Warlord, thank you. Man, you guys are real bad detectives. Except for not you, Catori. You're doing great. Forge and Catori are good detectives.
Well, being observant is part of our jobs.
Hold on. If anyone's gonna do it, I'm gonna do it myself.
Yeah, Irwin clearly hasn't finished.
Oh
his
no!
movie yet.
Yeah, all right. I can do that. So, as you guys are like looking around, Catori, you do see little footprints burnt into I think so some of the silver lining on the floor here. You see a tiny burnt mark. And upon like looking closer at it, you can tell that it is where whoever like got in here touched it with a bare foot. Like, that's like a big toe burn. It's
That person's not having a great day.
like, I think it's mostly humanoid toe. Probably some kind of claw action, but I don't know if that shows up in it. And like, yeah, that is me showing you it's weak to silver.
Oh, okay. Will that person be like wounded by like burned bottom feet pretty much?
Yes, that.
Okay, yep. I stick with my original assessment. That person's not having a great day.
Oh, not at all. Forge, I think this room is immaculately crafted. Like, it's beautiful. It's got like certain it is fascinating. I think you learn that most things should not be able to get in here. Spirits should not be able to get in here. You do not hear the 9 while you're in here. You guys are you're not cut off from magic. You have your own internal source. But spirits aren't supposed to come in here.
Wow. Well,
But with your success, you can feel that definitely one has. Like, a spirit is in here. More specifically in the library of it.
So there is a spirit in here. It shouldn't be. But we have a spirit in the premise.
Hey, Warlord? I'm sorry, Isaac? Which of the non-silver books are you holding right now? Are you looking at the history of Phrygian, or are you looking at the history of Yoke?
I'm trying to think of which one will be more interesting right now. The history of Phrygian.
So the history of Phrygian, you look down at the page, and instead of those words moving around like they were, they start melting. But what's that Rorschach test situation starts happening, and because you're touching the book, and also you're a Beromancer with like your ridiculous abilities, you're reading it immediately, and all you read is corrupt and corruption, like over and over again, as the book attacks you with like a scorpion spike of ink, of like inky black corruption, and it stabs you right in the shoulder, and you start feeling it, and you guys, everybody else can see it. Very, very Cell from Dragon Ball Z, just slurping up, Isaac.
What do we do?
Am I allowed to attack the book?
Yeah, you guys can do whatever you want. Live your dreams.
Okay, well then I'm going to take out my sword and stab the book.
I've got no better idea, so I'm right behind you.
Yeah, both of you roll me 20-siders. Mm-hmm. Alright. So, Forge, you start to swing your sword, and you see it, like, raise Isaac's arm to block your sword strike with his own arm. Like, you can continue through and hit the book, but you are slashing Isaac's arm on the way.
I will back off. That moment, yeah, that would stop me completely.
All right, Catori, how are you attacking the book?
Now I'm worried.
You succeeded your roll.
Okay. but it's pretty much using Isaac as a puppet, and I realize that now. So
Oh yeah, for
I'm
sure, it's doing
gonna,
that.
yeah, definitely. I'm gonna scream at it. Like I'm gonna try to intimidate it into targeting me instead, maybe, to sort of get it to detach from Isaac so that we can attack it when it's not doing the thing it's doing.
Okay, so you basically using provoke on it.
Yeah, I just couldn't find the word in my data bank. Sorry.
No, you're good. I think, yeah, Isaac, you feel almost like whatever is slurping up out of you, which is definitely not blood, and take 4 AP damage.
Oh,
You
no.
feel like it's replacing it with threads, like it's puppeting you. As Catori, how do you provoke it? How do you prove that you are the better, like, target? For this
I reach
weird
out
parasite?
and I reach out and I try to speed read its pages to get it to like be shocked and see me as a threat.
Absolutely. So, hey, this has happened now twice. Catori, you learn a lot about Isaac's backstory.
Jesus.
All right.
It's
I was going to ask if I could assist, but damn.
it's like you are what Isaac, you feel perceived.
I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
And, like,
Perceived or
Also,
exposed?
I feel like as soon as it attacked Isaac, struck a nerve, paralyzed him. So he can't even like fully talk, but you could just tell he doesn't enjoy this. He feels seen in a way he doesn't like at all.
And then, like, you see it pull its stinger out, and like all those threads like slurp back into it like spaghetti. Like, imagine somebody sucking like 5 spaghetti strands and they're all whipping around its face. That's kind of the image.
Okay.
As Isaac falls to the ground and the book lashes out at Catori. You got provoked successful, so like you got its attention. It does not automatically hit you. So what are you guys gonna do? Isaac's on the ground. He is not bleeding physically.
With Isaac's permission, Forge was gonna immediately grab him by the back of the shirt and just kind of like yoink him behind him.
Man's is like mostly paralyzed. That's fine.
Again, but you know, make sure that you are okay with that. But that would be Forge's first instinct.
Absolutely. So Irwin and Catori, what you guys got? Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
am remembering from a previous game that you said that Irwin can use healing magic offensively.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I feel like this is the perfect kind of enemy to do that on. So I'm gonna see if I can maybe heal the corruption away.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Roll me a 20-sider. Roll me 2 20-siders, actually. Take the higher. Alright, and 11 does it.
Yeah, that is higher.
That is a success.
Irwin, when you use your healing magic on this corruption, Catori, as you're speed reading it, it just starts saying, why is it saying mushroom over and over and over and over again?
Okay.
As like, much like Nicholas, Irwin, I don't know if you remember Nicholas. He is the doctor mage that uses mushrooms to heal. Like, this book, this corrupted thing here, just turns into one like ink cap mushroom that's just like dripping into the book.
Oh, it's fungal.
It's no longer stabbing us.
What do you mean by us?
Well,
Well, us, the rest of us.
the royal us.
The royal us, yes.
It's no longer making the attempt at the rest of us. You got one of us, but not yet.
So,
I love that this group is the group that argues semantics.
Are you really shocked?
No.
really. We are the group that believes that words have meaning.
Bill just looks at the book and he's just like, that's terrifying.
No, I have a question. Would this mushroom give me any vibes of of a spirit of any kind?
Oh, no, not. No, this is car alarms nonstop.
Okay.
I think no, there's no spirit attached to this. You guys might have heard that it you know what? This group would make sense to know that botany wise, this mushroom is like a mushroom that would grow in Tirloa, but on a much, much smaller scale.
I see.
But if you guys want to make some botany checks, you guys can research this mushroom. I don't know if mushroom is botany, though.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, a mushroom's a fungus,
Yeah.
which is
Wouldn't be that
Closer.
be microecology?
mycology.
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 thank you. Mycology, yes.
Mycology? I don't know. But yeah, absolutely.
Yep. I wouldn't
Oh.
mind helping out in doing some research for mycology research.
Yeah.
Fungi are
the great-
closer related to animals than they are to plants.
And that, it never makes me comfortable every time I learn it. But I love the taste of a good mushroom. Just gonna say it. Think they're delicious. So yeah, I don't think that there's a role here. You guys can stand here and study it because it's just like the game's about getting information. And if this is the information you want, great. But
Would it be
go ahead.
Sorry. Would it be safe if I touched the outer part of the book to study it?
The book is just says mushroom.
Just as mushroom. Okay.
Like over and over and over and over and over again. You can barely change the pages a little bit, but it just says mushroom.
Now, is there like in a specific font or?
Irwin, what font do you associate with Irwin?
Times New Roman. Super basic.
There you go.
He's just
Okay.
a guy.
He's
Oh.
just a guy.
It's just a mushroom. Understandable.
Catori, you can see that this mushroom is magical as hell.
Sweet.
It is corrupt as hell as well. Like this mushroom, it did not destroy the corruption. It is just holding it inside.
Interesting. Can I tell anything about the book itself to see like if the book was the cause of this or if it was what's going on the other side of the rift?
It's what's going on the other side of the
Anomaly.
rift for sure. Oh yeah, anomaly.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay.
Um,
You know the thing.
Whatever's in there changing things tried to change something big really fast.
Got it. Okay.
To be honest, I do think you stopped it though. At least for now. It didn't change what it tried to change.
I actually have a really good question.
Yeah, for sure.
When it attacked me, did it try to change something about me?
That was going to be my next question, to be honest.
I think, you know what? I think it was. It was trying to change which side you were on. That's why it tried to protect itself with your body. Like, it didn't so much puppet you as told you that you would protect it. So you did what came natural. Protect it.
I don't like that.
I don't like that at all either.
Bill doesn't like it either. If you guys are wondering how Bill feels about this,
Well, yeah,
he's not.
yeah,
He's not having a great time.
So Forge out of like, just is this normal for your people?
No, not at all. Well, it's become more and more normal since, and whatever's begun happening in there. We haven't been attacked by the books. We have watched them shift text before.
I see. So something about us is making them feel threatened.
That seems viable.
Do you have any other copies of books for Phrygian?
It's like all of them are changed in that way. I don't know what they look like right now. Actually, he will pull out another one, and it's just in flux. Like, none of the text is, like, even legible. Like, even for you guys. Like, it's not actually words. You do still get a nice pink picture of a pink city, though.
I see, okay.
Well, and a picture is worth 1,000 words.
That's what they say.
I just gotta say it. Catori really wants to jump in that hole.
I'm not gonna lie, I was going to ask, are we going into the exploration hole?
Well, I mean, I came out of a hole, might as well go into one.
Bill just pulls out a notebook. Just writes, "What is he?"
I mean, I've always wanted to explore a hole like this.
No time like the present.
Absolutely. Oh, go ahead.
Should we tether ourselves to the side of the hole somehow, perhaps, though, just in case?
Are you speaking of a tether?
Yeah. You never know.
Hey, Catori, don't you craft stitching?
Oh, did we lose Kira again?
Okay, did I get it? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I got you.
Oh, yes, you okay. I'm sorry. I heard my name and then that's all what was the question?
Don't you stitch of the crafting? With the magical
sure do.
threads.
I sure do.
Is there a way to tether us to this location while still being able to explore?
I've got a bag full of thread. You just had to ask.
Fantastic. I am asking.
Let's do this.
You know what? Absolutely. Okay. Because of that, at any time during this game, you all can just say, like, you are just pulling the cord, and it's escape plan for you. You will escape. You don't even have to make a roll. It just, like, you guys will come right back out here.
Oh, nice.
Perfect.
All right. So, you all just stepping through into... You basically stepping into an ever-changing history of Phrygian right now, just so in case we all weren't clear on what's happening. Man, I love Phrygian. Let's go. All right. Bill's just like, okay, everybody. It's just like, I'm going to stay out here because I really can't see any way that I'm going to be very helpful in there.
No, we appreciate you maintaining the looking out in the present world.
I appreciate you all going in there. Now, please, just deal with the spirit. Learn what you can. But deal with the spirit that's in there. It's incredibly dangerous for us all. And try not to change too much if it comes up. We're really working on some Back to the Future logic here. I don't think he says that, but I think he says something in that vibe.
We will do our best not to change too much if we can help it.
He sends you on through.
So can I just like for just a little creative?
Oh yeah, go for it.
So basically, after Catori gets forged on the thread, he literally leaps into the hole. Last one is this rotten mule keg.
This guy's wild, man.
Bill's just like, I knew it. With an outfit like that, look at him. And he's like, then he pushes, like, he does a little crank that's next to the portal, and it grows into a normal door-sized frame. And he's just like, stay safe, you all.
Well, thanks. And I guess Irwin follows shortly after.
So, Forge,
Win.
you're gonna... Go ahead.
No, I win.
Forge, as you hit the ground of it, and like, do you tuck and roll? Is that your...
Oh yes, very much so.
It's just like, you notice along your arms and wherever you rolled, you kind of have like almost, it feels like mud, but it smells like ink. Like very specifically like stamp ink.
Like the kind you would find on a stamping pad or the one on a roller?
Like the one you'd find on a stamping pad.
Okay.
And like, but also very like gross. Like it smells like pollution here. And like everything is kind of fluctuating back and forth. And also it doesn't look like it has 3 dimensions.
So is everything
then
kind of
go ahead.
flat?
Everything looks kind of flat. And
Right.
Catori, Irwin, and Isaac, you're all stepping through the door right now. Just whoop.
So as they're stepping in, they'll see me literally brushing off this muck off of myself, and with my tongue just going blah, just like blah, gross.
So when you
Are
all
we
arrive,
also flat here?
no, you're not.
That
Yeah,
was the
you know
last
what?
kinda- Is this
Yep,
a Paper
yep,
Mario
sorry.
situation?
This is a very similar to Paper Mario
Oh
situation.
goodness.
Oh, wonderful.
It's like in this city, you can see it shifting. Like the sky is full of like twinkling stars. We know that Phrygian is underwater right now in the real world, but there is another dome situation. It's just underwater. It's very Hot Topic goth is how I'm thinking of it, this describing the city. And you guys can hear music playing in the distance. And in all of your minds, the library is trying to like communicate with you. It is basically a search bar. What are you looking for right now? And it's just for just a bit, like you can look up the history. There's like tags I think that come up as like in your vision of like history, and then society and food and fashion and music and culture, and then like all of these are scrolling past.
Yeah, I would basically, for me, because we are dealing with a spirit, it would be more like culture.
For sure. And how about the other other three of you?
History. Like
Okay, cool.
foundation.
Okay.
I'm gonna say fashion.
Mm-hmm. And Catori.
Oh no. I don't know, because Catori would also be. I think I have to say history too.
For sure, yeah.
Can I?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely. Now everybody roll me a 20-sider. The one that's thinking the hardest wins.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Wait, did I roll at all? No, I did not roll. Okay, let me try that again.
What is
Okay, I'm
happening?
swapping. Okay, wait. I have a 4 in my pocket. I'm swapping it for a 4.
You're swapping yours for a 4? You're swapping Warlords for a 4? Like
sorry, Warlords for a 4.
So
no,
it's
no.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes.
Oh boy.
But history still won out. You were just so fucking all over the. Hold on, I can change some things now. All right. Okay, because history is gonna be fucked. All right. Yeah. All right. Here we go. It shifts. The city around you shifts, and you arrive at Here are some of the folks that live in Phrygian.
Oh, hi, Mr. Sharkman.
They are some wild people. They are currently signing into. Oh my god, because you guys all rolled so low. They are all signing into law that you must follow the fabled faith, or you will be expelled from Phrygian and cast out.
Huh. What an odd thing to do.
Can I pull up that search bar again and look up the fabled faith? Get some more information on it.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider.
Can I assist? Can I assist?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, this is getting better. It's just getting better at the moment.
I gotta go with this, Forge. I got it. It's,
No, it's
so
fine.
funny.
No, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
No
argument for me.
Let's the fabled faith. Where do we go? Here we are. That's right, Rupert. It's all going tits up.
Oh, jeez, literally.
Welcome to the Church of the Fabled Faith. This is like. Imagine like a super god. Imagine Blade. Imagine Blade's nightclubs, But what if Blade's nightclubs, instead of like red and black, it was pink and black? And they were like, as they were like doing like the super goth dancing and stuff, like they were all praising the lie.
They're all praising the lie. I see.
There's a song by a guy named Goth Minister that is just called Liar, and that song is playing in this club right now. You guys go look it up and listen to it later, but that is playing right now.
Oh my goodness. So, am I getting the spirit GBs from this thing?
Oh yeah, like the this whole church is like powering a massive spirit. There is a spirit in here with you.
I see.
The priestess is hanging from the ceiling. Her sclera of her eyes are turning black.
Oh, like the inky muck from when I came in.
Yeah.
A question.
Absolutely.
Does Isaac feel anything special, like a special connection with the spirit due to his earlier encounter?
I was about to ask that too.
I think
we are all of the same mind. It's great.
Absolutely. The same way that Isaac was being changed into a different version of Isaac, this room was not this room. The purpose of this room existed, and it looked exactly like this. These people existed, this woman existed, but she never did this. This is not her. And she is being rewritten. Honestly, I think when Isaac tells you guys that, like if Isaac tells you guys that, you guys will start being able to read the room, literally.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like Matrix read, like we can see all the words.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not going to change the background into those words,
No,
but
of course.
For
Can
Irwin's
we find
sake,
the
'cause Irwin's
origin?
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah.
That's all I was going to see.
you're
It was
good.
like, where's the origin phrase? Yes.
Yeah. I don't see why you guys would need to roll for that. And then outside of the art style of everything else, you see this dude. It's just this little like goblin-esque dude with one giant eye and a red skin. He looks almost like he has Dorian clothes on.
What kind of feet does he have?
Oh, he's got one of his big toe on his right foot is bandaged up.
I think we found them.
I feel like what kind of feet does he have should be clipped and taken out of context, please.
Meme that to hell, everybody.
I see a little guy.
You're welcome.
What kind of feet does he have?
In it to hell.
What kind of feet does he have?
Hashtag blessed.
Blessed, yes.
Like, that's what he looks like to Irwin, like a physical look. But for the other three of you weird readers, also, I'm sorry about the scar alarm. It's never gonna end. But to the rest of you, you guys can see the words. Like, it's basically you will follow the fable, the fabled faith, and it's just like then you see succumb to the cosmic liar, follow the cosmic liar, like, and that is pouring out of his pupil and becoming the words around.
We need to get this one out of here.
Do you have a preference to how that happens?
See here. Well, I would like to try and bring them back alive so we can study what is going on to try and maybe help prevent this from happening again. But if
He turns and looks at you guys. He's like, "Ah, you can see me?"
I see
well,
many things.
Well, you were a little bit obvious, my friend.
A little bit.
Ugh.
Getting it.
And it's just like, you see his like tendrils puppet this one. And she just falls down in front of you. And then he comes down and like sits on her shoulders. It's like, made your way in here as well, I see. It's a great place. They have so much knowledge here.
Why are you doing this?
It's by nature.
Did you have to sign that NDA?
No. I snuck in.
You snuck in. Well, hence you burnt your toe on the silver.
I did. It hurts. And he like waggles his toe. It's just like. Then he looks at Catori and like he hisses violently and shoots back up to the chandelier that he was on.
You noticed, huh?
I do believe his pupil does move like somebody's mouth would, for the record.
Or like sound waves in a way?
No, like lips.
Okay, like lips. Okay.
Gross.
It's bad
Yes.
that I have that image very clearly in my head.
So he's got a lippy eye pupil. Got it. Okay.
Yeah, distant cousin, no relation.
Yeah.
He turns and looks at Irwin, and like you see, like Catori, everybody else, you guys can see distant cousin going up to him, written out, and he is fighting it. I'm gonna roll me a 20-sider, Irwin. Like,
Oh boy.
you just got to beat a 5. 19.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. Irwin is like, you see him like shift a little bit. His eye gets bigger, like the skin around, like the red skin around him, like becomes thinner, and like his fingers become more like your finger. Actually, they kind of already are.
He gets a little bit more amorphous, right? A little bit
Oh,
blobbier.
definitely a little bit blobbier. Yeah, I think a tie forms on him.
So Ford looks over to Irwin. Are you sure that's not the other eyeball from the same location?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm fairly certain.
Oh, so you did not come from the same hole?
No, different
I
holes.
understand. Oh, okay, I see. Different holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see distant cousin. That makes sense.
He shakes his head, but he's like, "Gee." It's like, who are you?
I'm Irwin.
And like, okay, less specific. Who are you to come in here and change my world?
Who said this was your world?
I came in here and I did it. It's mine. Look, I have all control. And like,
Just because you're here and you have control doesn't make it yours.
That didn't
I've
come
read-
from you.
I've read many contracts, and possession is 9/10 of the law.
But you do not retain possession. You just.
Nor did you sign any contracts.
You're
Squatters don't count here.
literally a word thief.
I don't steal them. I change them. I rearrange the letters.
Ah, so you admit that you are a thief and a schmuggelbergler.
It's not that I change everything. I just change little bits.
Mm-hmm.
Little bit stabbed our friend. So you should probably stop right now.
He's just, what stabbed your friend? And he does like creep down.
What turned into a mushroom?
Yeah,
It turned into a mushroom. And he walks back and forth. And like this, he gets this one out of the way. He's like, sorry. And I think everyone in the room freezes. Like, I think the entire place is a nightclub, just completely frozen in, like nobody's moving. So it looks really ridiculous. Like if you look around the room, it's like pausing a YouTube video. It's terrible.
So I have a question. How, if he gets close enough to me, can I swaddle him?
You probably could. Like, you could use the card Swaddle on him.
Mm-hmm.
You would be making an enemy immediately, right there, though. You restrict this dude, he is lashing out with a full force.
Okay, so I will keep that in back of pockets then. Okay.
And he's just like, what attack do you show me? He looks at Irwin, and like, Irwin, you feel like his like eyes on you, but it doesn't feel the same. Like, he's not dripping like the corruption. Like, you don't feel any corruption on him. And he's just like, may I see the wound?
I suppose the wound that Isaac.
Oh, sorry, Isaac, yeah.
Yeah. God, I don't want to give you. I don't. Isaac takes off the jacket and shows the area where it was. He was struck.
He's like, I see, punctured right through what they call. He says the word for soul in every single different way that you might think of the word soul, and like at the same time. I think the impression that you get is basically yourself. Which is wild, because now you guys all know that word in every single language ever.
So wait, it pierced his existence.
It's like, it did. I don't leave behind such damage, as he pokes along it. And he's just like very meticulously going over it. And you guys notice he's looking a lot like Irwin right now. He is giving Irwin vibes for sure. Like,
Okay.
Like, he's like going along like your body. You actually see him use. Oh, that'll be cool. He uses Irwin. You see him use Death Sense
Oh.
on Isaac, and he's just like, He's like, modify that. And then you see him do it again, but different. And instead of sensing death, he's sensing corruption. And he's just like, well, that seems I didn't intend that to happen.
Can Irwin also learn this trick?
Absolutely. In here, for sure. Like, not even just in here, like, you learn it. It's just like, it is
Because you're
scrawled
cousins.
into your mind.
Right, because you're now cousins. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a familial technique.
Oh, hell yeah.
Been passed down for generations.
It's like, oh, do you remember Uncle Nancy?
Yes.
Great old techniques from the past.
Hey, I think not Irwin. I think Isaac is the one that sees this the most. We are setting truths in here right now. I don't know how that like shows to you in the same way that we have seen some things that are more real than other things.
If I may, wouldn't the truths be silver, since everything was written in silver that was factual?
That is just how you record it in silver. I don't think we can have it silver because fiction is accidentally doing it, and the corruption is affecting it too. Sadly, because in fiction, like in lore,
Fable. Oh, okay. So
like yeah, he is fable. He is fiction. He is the cosmic liar.
okay.
But right now, he's just a little guy, very confused. So
Oh,
I-
oh! It just hit me. Okay. So then, can the truths be cobalt? Like a cobalt blue.
they can be anything for sure. For you, they can be cobalt blue. For like you recognize them as the truth. I don't think there's a universal.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so personal, we all perceive that these truths individually distinct.
Isn't that just how the world goes?
Mhm.
So fiction looks at you for is just like, okay, I have discovered there must be something else going on here. Why don't you share with me what? So you didn't just come in to spoil my fun. There's actually problems happening out there from this.
Yes, this is the cause of all the issues out there. Had there not been any cause, no one would have reason to come in here.
I was just in here changing a fictional world around. This was just a repository of information, not real, something in between.
Sadly, you are changing reality.
Huh. Well, that's new. And like he's just like, well, I certainly don't want to mess with anybody out there. Then they'll come in here and mess with my fun.
And that's exactly what's ended up happening. That's why we're here.
Huh. Well, consider myself your ally in solving this mystery.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good.
Okay.
So where do we start?
That's a good question. So far, all we've found is you.
Well, my question to you is, where did you start in this place? Where did you start? That might be the source.
The first thing I did when I arrived here was I didn't like their archaic societal system. So I set us all up with a religion to dance. Have you been to Lydian? It's fascinating. Oh, you've been to Lydian. Points at Forge.
Forge just like finger pokes up. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is just new fashion.
Like, they signed me into law, and then we created the church and the nightclubs, and then he just stops. She's like, oh no, actually, I started at the fashion center. I was very interested in fashion. It's like, so he thinks about fashion really hard, and then we just appear here.
Oh, wow.
Imagine if a nightclub from Blade 1 or 2 was also a fashion show, but pink.
There's a lot of pink in here.
And everyone's still frozen?
He, like, right now they are, but I think we can, I think he can unpause them whenever we want.
Okay.
Did you... now, I must ask you. Did you keep any of their core truths?
Oh, I can't affect core truths. I can only affect, like, little things. I can only rearrange the letters.
I see, the superficial.
Exactly. Having them worship me instead of like having a rigorous class system was very good
Do you remember?
for me.
Do you remember what it was before you changed it?
It's like absolutely they were very similar. Just snapping like there's just less and like he goes to go back to it, but he can't. As you guys see this black over like around here, like inky corruption starts shifting around. That's not letters. Like he can't see the fact that that's not letters, but you guys can.
Can we try the same healing magic trick on that corruption?
Yeah, absolutely. Worked once. Let's try again. I think for the record, we are dealing with very, very small pools of corruption at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the fiction, just so everybody knows. Like once the corruption gets bigger than this, then Irwin is gonna have to find a bigger way to do it.
Right.
Okay.
But with a
Ooh.
natural 20, yeah, guys, let's just learn about fucking Phrygian today. Let's just have a regular history class of this place as you pull the corruption out of it. Like, out of this book. And you do see mushrooms appearing everywhere for a second. But outside of Cheer Squad, absolutely.
Wait. Cheer Squad?
Yeah. I'm so glad I pulled that.
What?
Cheer Squad is the opposite of F and chat. So everything goes perfectly.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Sorry, my ears perked up because Cheer Squad, so.
Irwin, like, in the future, next month, we're gonna need you to talk to Nicholas. A lot. We're going to tier low, we're gonna do some stuff in tier lower, and like, mushrooms are gonna be very important. I think somehow Irwin became a mushroom mage all of a sudden of the crew.
Okay.
That's real weird.
I have a question. Would this, given what we have learned from that interaction that they had in the library, that Kay went to, that it was like covered in molds, and there was that creature. Is this corruption similar to that mold? That it is devouring the knowledge.
It's not so much it's not devouring the knowledge. It's changing it.
Okay,
it is changing it into like a gross version of it.
Okay, so it's kind of like a variant of what that was.
Yeah, exactly. It's it's changing it to be a more I think the words I would be looking for is like monstrous.
I see. So it's like its own little F's in chat, bubbling all over the place.
Yeah, it's making everything a lot like grosser, and like it was in here for sure, and it's still like I think outside of the our little like portal thing to get in here,
Yes.
there are just mushrooms kind of like growing out there that are like pulling all of the corruption from in here out.
Oh,
It's like so
spreading. I see.
And like Irwin just decorrupted this place. So now it other than Fiction, who didn't realize what he was doing was changing things out there, or maybe did realize but didn't care. But now that he knows that somebody will be sent in to deal with him, he is more like, okay, chill, all right. You guys don't want me in here, I won't. And you each feel it, like.
No, I have a question.
Sure.
Would we be able to put him in his own book, so that way he can do whatever he wants, so that way he can be left alone?
Oh, he's just a dude. He's just gonna leave.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, he's just a guy.
What I was figuring was like, well, if we make him a space that he can
Is he a little
make
guy?
his own, then we wouldn't have to have issues with him, and he could enjoy whatever little things this little guy wants to do within his own little story.
It's like, no. This was just really fun. Like, I saw a massive magical amount of information that this room is more than anything you guys could ever actually do. Like, this whole place is the vast resources of Dorian and all of their, like, everyone that they send out to gather information. Like, that is this place. Not the internet, but not the internet. So, like, this would be. He's happy here. He was also happy in Yoke, but like he was stuck in a book. He did not like being stuck in a book.
So he fought himself out of that book and went into another book.
He got himself out of a book into a library. So
I see. Okay.
Is he
Also-
still looking more and more like Irwin?
yeah, like absolutely. You can see the resemblance.
Can Catori just like out of worry, trying to jump ahead of this, can she on the sly put something in our Irwin's pocket real quick, just like nobody else sees it, just so she can identify the correct Irwin if needed?
Absolutely. Are you like you pinning something to his jacket?
I figure like the vests have pockets, right? I don't know, like those little watch
absolutely.
pockets.
For sure.
Okay, do I have to tell you what it is, or can it just be like surprise because it's dumb and it might be funny?
No, you don't have to tell me what it is. This can come up
Hey.
fucking forever from now. Make sure you write it down. I don't want to lose the joke.
Irwin just never checks his pockets.
It's just
Wow.
canonical.
Yeah.
So like,
Well, actually, that wouldn't be the first time, because he did end up with a lemon in his pocket that he didn't know about at one point.
that is fucking true. All right, so Fiction's just like, all right. I'm gonna head out of here, I suppose. What were you guys in here for? Like, other than the corruption stuff, you guys need to learn about Phrygian? I can give you a little tour.
Oh, that would be amusing.
All right. We can start here with their fashion center. And, like, it's still frozen, but I think, like, he basically puts it in slow motion. It's like, historically, they were incredibly well-dressed people, the folks from Phrygian. I was like, this first thing that drew me here, fashion sense. They did have a tendency to stick to more darker tones than I am particularly a fan of. Except for the pink. They really love the pink. That comes from the bioluminescence of the jellyfish that they ate.
Oh, then that would make sense then. The pink. Okay.
Like, very, very interesting people. They did have a tendency to experiment with themselves for fashion's sake. Magically, if you will. Not sure exactly how they did it because nobody wrote, and the folks at Dorian didn't understand it either. It's like, and obviously this place is only based on the knowledge that they have at Dorian. But they could become shark type people, some more Leviathan-esque than shark. It's very, very fascinating. And then, like, one of them just appears on the, like, basically on the screen. It's like, amazing, folks.
Oh, definitely amazing. Very amazing.
The main problem is if somebody like went too far into it. There's a very just animalistic beings at a certain point. As far as I know, they think that might have, brought down the society a little bit. But who am I?
Well, you're fable, aren't you?
This is true. I'm also fiction.
You meant to say who are you to judge? I understand now.
Yes. What questions about the society would you have to ask? I can answer anything. Just so you guys know, I'm going to ask you to answer some of these things, so get ready to make up what Phrygian's like.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, amazing. I love these. What about their dietary needs?
Beyond the jellyfish that they eat.
Exactly, beyond the jellyfish.
They are incredibly carnivorous, as we understand. They barely ate look at this mouth. This mouth is not a mouth that ate vegetables.
No.
They did have a history centuries ago, more than centuries ago, and the reason that we don't have a lot of information on them, they had a history of eating other sentient beings on a large scale.
Well, they're
like
cannibalistic.
Well, no, it's other sentient beings, so I don't know if that counts as cannibalism. Do they like farm them, or?
There was a situation where it might be not farming, hunting though. They did definitely allow people to live in certain areas, and then once their numbers grew to the point, they would cull them. It was a violent affair.
Mm-hmm.
And where would they? Oh, let's say a Leviathan-sized creature. Where would they keep that?
Oh, everywhere. Oh, It's just like they built their homes into spires, and many slept in their Leviathan forms wrapped around these towers. And he like points to these ones. It's like these were just homes for them, or you might more accurately call them beds.
Oh, I see. So they were, in an essence, an anchoring point.
Yeah, just a nice place for them to take a nap. They would coil around them. But, so, yeah, Forge, like, you can mark that down, like, the Leviathan District.
The Leviathan District, yes.
Hold on, let me get the tokens here. Okay, so you guys know where Lore would be if she was in her Leviathan form here.
She would be most likely coiled up on one of these pillars.
So, I think Fiction stops and asks you, she's like, so what is the corruption doing out there? Like, what is happening?
Well, he looks over at Catori to see if it's okay if he says, like, how different his memories are of Fiction compared to everyone else's.
We can share, we just can't be specific. And we have to convince him to leave, so it's kind of necessary to share a little bit of this information, but don't go too far.
Okay, so just to give you a too long did not summarize version. My memories of Yolk are absolutely different than the rest of my crew, of our crew.
But is it exclusively you? Is there anything that sets you three apart from this one?
I am from Echo.
Mm-hmm. So are we all, yes.
So obviously my memories are wrong because from the children's stories you are supposed to be in an egg.
Ah, that was a fun story. I put that in here, this one. And it's like, oh, I see. But why don't you remember it that way, if he remembers it that way? And he looks at Catori again, and like at that silver eye. And he's just like, mm-mm.
Why would you say something like that, or make that gesture?
I think, fiction is currently having like the jaw on the floor moment of like internally figuring something out, but I don't know what that looks like. Does his pupil just like really dilate?
Like a cat.
It'll turn thin like a cat. Yeah. Or no, it gets really big like a cat. Yes.
Well, I mean, if he's taking on more Irwin characteristics, then yeah, it just super dilates.
Like catnip eye.
Well, it'll almost look like no iris anymore, just all pupil.
Ah, I see.
He's like, you are all from somewhere else. He's just like, yes. You can get to other worlds. I thought you could get to other worlds. The Thorians theorized you might be able to get to other worlds. And he just like starts pacing back and forth. It's just like, if you guys can get to other worlds, that means I can get to other worlds. Well, if you guys can be from other worlds, that means there are other worlds. That means I can get to other worlds. And like, he's walking back and forth, very excited.
You'll see Ford immediately just face palm with his big paw, just feeling dumb for opening his mouth that much.
He's just like, so we're just, because we're all friends now. We're all buddies. Like, we're all friends. And like, a table appears between you all, and like nice like restaurant chairs appear. Definitely on the table is like multiple different kinds of breads, and also like tortilla chips and salsa, and basically everything that you would get when you walk into a restaurant.
Is he serving wings and wets?
Whatever wings and wets would have put on the table, but like it's just probably chips, not like like you're not like, it's just the most basic things.
Okay, so chips and dip, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Chips and dip.
And like, I think like the whole area around you kind of feels like, has like a Chili's vibe to it. Like, you guys are just like off work right now, you're hanging out, maybe there's like beers sitting in front of you all.
I don't think we have time for chips and salsa, guys. We've gotta get looking at all these spires, and we
Catori,
have
roll
things
me a
to do.
20-sider.
In the meantime, Irwin just kind of sticks one of his tendrils in his beer.
Catori, your tough choice is you honestly feel like relaxing here. Like, it is fiction. I'm telling you that this is a lie. but you do feel this way. You can spend 5 AP to break this illusion for everyone, but it will be jarring for everyone. I'm not going to hurt everybody. I'm just saying that it's going to be a moment for them.
Just know I'm okay with whatever you decide.
I'm kind of leaning towards that moment because I want to know. Let's do it.
I actually had a question.
Oh, what's the question?
So I have the ability Bookworm. Your deep connection with books and written knowledge allows you to rapidly absorb contents of any written work. I was gonna ask, could I activate that ability while this is happening to sort of just dig deeper into the general information of where we currently are in terms of Phrygian?
In terms of this will be very funny for you, Warlord. Oh, 1 second. Let me. Okay. So, you absolutely that's gonna happen. Catori, what does it look like when you break this? And not just break it, just tear it to bits.
Catori punches the center of the table that's covered in chips and salsa. The good queso goes flying everywhere. Bread is just up in the air. It's very comical. It's very dramatic smashing.
As stuff goes flying, you see the things. When they would break, you just see them turn into letters instead of words and instead of items as they fly everywhere. Catori is one eye glowing silver. Warlord, in his head, has a deep and fundamental understanding of how to work at a Chili's.
God damn it.
Sorry, Isaac. Sorry, my mistake. Isaac has a deep and fundamental understanding of what it's like to work at a Chili's. If it ever comes up where a skill check would be improved by knowing, or if you can work into a game how knowing what working at a fast, not fast food, fast casual place, Tex-Mex specifically, helps you with a roll, I will give you the next roll up. From here on, once a game. Also, for a second, guys, for a split second, Isaac is wearing that fucking uniform.
Oh, jeez.
God.
Now, for for our jarring experience, would everything pretty much be it goes from item to just a spray of words, like the chips all of a sudden say chip, or just the words chips?
Oh, exactly.
Okay. And then bowl is bowl, and yeah, okay.
Irwin's beer goes flying away and it just says delicious beer.
A single tier forms.
Mine would be ale, so it would be just ale all over the place.
And Fiction gets mad at that. He's just I thought we were becoming friends. And you see him across his eye is definitely a little bit scarred. It almost looks a little burnt from the interaction right there.
Okay. We are becoming friends, but you can't just manipulate us that way.
Friends do not do that to each other. Friends do not manipulate.
Fine.
Also, friends can have disagreements and still be friends.
And I don't think you know what friend means.
Then it sounds
Um,
like you don't have a bestie, and that's really sad.
He's rolling an attack against Forge to redefine Forge's word for friend.
Wait.
Forge. I rolled a
no.
19 for him. He is pushing into your head that a friend is somebody subservient. And if you want to be your friend, you should be subservient to him. And that just feels natural to you.
How? Okay. I want to fight this. I definitely want to fight this because that goes against every fiber of his being. Oh. How do I fight this?
I'll give you chances to resist it.
Okay, that goes absolutely against his entire being. And
Yeah, absolutely. You guys all see Forge's like body language change.
yeah, I will say if you see if I could describe an exterior version of Forge struggling with fighting this new definition, you would definitely see his claws out at this point and just kind of like just fighting in anger that he feels insulted with the assault.
Oh yeah, if you want to resist it, and completely, I'll give you that opportunity. It's gonna hit you for 8 AP damage.
Okay.
Like you can break it, but yeah.
8 AP. Okay. Okay, so I have 4 left. Okay.
Fiction makes eye contact with all of you as he not steps far back, but he doesn't even step back. There is suddenly just space between you. Nobody moved, but you are further away from him than you were a second ago.
Would this constitute a counterattack for 0?
No, you're not going to be able to counterattack what Fiction does to you.
Okay.
Unless he does slap you. Which I have run out of ideas for Fiction if Fiction is hitting us.
Cousin, don't be like this. Make the familial appeal.
Oh, yeah, give me that 20-sider. Don't roll a 1. Roll me 2 20-siders, because you succeeded the first time really well.
Okay.
A 3 solid. Let's see. Yes!
Oh no.
No.
I think Fiction turns to look at you and he breaks your mind. It's just to lie to me about who I am. And when he says who, it is the word for who, what, in every meaning of sense of self.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Vala made it an F in chat.
Oh, fun.
To lie to me about my place in things, and you guys see Irwin just be all of his nerves are just being wrapped around the eyeball situation, out of his clothes, to me, as he closes his fist. Irwin takes 12 AP damage.
Okay.
Jesus.
And is the world around you guys can look at Irwin and see it happening. His communicator is going crazy, lighting up. It is the Sonic 2 drowning music in here. Yeah, there is a sense of anxiety that is permeating this this fictitious space. What you guys gonna do?
Are we still trying to capture this guy peacefully?
I can't answer to that because I'm right now in bed. But out of character, no, kill him. Done. This is done. We tried the peaceful solution. That is, no longer peace is no longer the option.
Okay, I think it's time to just smash.
Just gonna like hit him with that caber? Do you just carry that around? I'm fine if you just carry it around. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like it's like strapped to her. Remember how in the way before
that's
time
right.
she had that bum roll? Yeah, now it's just a giant caber. I really don't know. I'm actually gonna use provoke instead to get like some attention peeled off everybody else and onto me.
Yeah, for sure. What you saying to fiction?
She's gonna approach Fiction and say, so how's your foot feeling?
He just looks down. He's just like, it does in fact hurt, but nowhere near what I'm going to put you through. Come into my home and tell me who I am. And then you won't even be a friend. I think Catori does notice him, like he is fluctuating size in here, but like when Catori like has him locked with her like eyes, he cannot. Like he is locked into one being as long as Catori's one eye is on him.
That's important information. Is anyone else stepping up to do a thing while he's distracted?
Quill slash. I very specifically mentioned bringing the quill here for a reason.
I think
Yeah.
Irwin's kind of out of commission at the moment.
Yeah, both of us are kind of
Yeah.
out of it.
All right, Isaac, give me 2d20. That was
Ooh.
it was a 19 and a 4, but then the 19 hit the 4 and turned it into an 18. So it's still a 19 and an 18 to me, but it's
Yeah,
actually a
so
19 and a
weird.
4.
Yeah, that's weird that it wouldn't
It-
do that.
The physics are bizarre, but yeah, fucking Isaac, because I know who we are. That 19 is gonna be a 20. Yeah, there it is. What do you write into the quill slash that is against fiction? That fucking hurts.
So right now, the way that Isaac is looking at fiction, based on how they're acting, he just sees a child. And the only thing he could think of when seeing this is just wrong. You need to learn a lesson. And I don't think he specifically writes something, more so that in the same way that he was puppeted earlier, his hand sort of just moves on its own to whatever fiction hates the most.
What does fiction hate the most? Restriction. He hates being contained.
I'd like
Like-
to give Isaac some rip like Jesus.
Oh, for sure. So, and like Catori, you see Fiction take multiple slashes across his like being, and then written. Isaac, what's your font? Because now we have to know.
Oh, shit. No, not Times New Roman.
What's that? What Irwin was?
That's
That
what
was
Irwin
Irwin.
was.
That was
That's,
Irwin.
that's what
Yeah,
was.
that was
That was just suggested.
Yeah. Calibri?
No, not Calibri. It's God, it's a very like cursive adjacent font. I can't think of one.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine.
Oh,
Well,
Courier New.
like cursive adjacent is perfectly fine. So it is in flowing text.
Yes.
A shackle wraps around his left wrist and appears pinned to an anvil of silver on the ground next to you, Catori. Like, he is not moving anywhere right now. If you wanted to use this moment as a pinata. I
Well-
also... Oh, go ahead.
I'll go. No, you go ahead first.
I was like, I also don't think he bleeds in any way that's like relevant. I think when you cut into Fiction, it kind of looks like if he has a wound, it's like if you cut a book and then just you can see all of the pages.
Oh,
Is kind of how he is. He's like stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks and stacks of paper/skin.
Oh, he's a compendium. I see. Something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
I do want to cause him violence. I do, but he also needs to fix my friends. So I'm going to approach him and tell him you have one more chance to help Forge and Isaac and Irwin all back to health, or else.
Or else what?
I
What
mean, she's got to have some
can you
silver
do?
on her somewhere.
I think, yeah, absolutely. And your eye is silver too.
And I feel like she has silver thread.
Oh, for sure.
So she'll just pull that out of her monster bag, and it's probably in like a big loose reel, and she just kind of spins it.
Roll me a 20-sider. Roll me two
Oh,
20-siders,
this is Okay.
because like I don't think this is Catori intimidating right now. I think it is he doesn't think you're gonna go through with it. I think his mind changes. What changes his mind, Catori?
Oh, what changes his mind? I have a menacing grin, and my eye starts to glow again.
It works. And like, you see the silver actually does burn him a bit. And he's like, fine. And he's just like, it's like, I swear it. I swear it. And he puts his hand forward, and a contract appears that he signs for you to sign. It heads over to you first, Isaac, as you're the bureau. Wait, yeah, you're the bureaumancer.
Now, being that I am a bureaumancer and for multiple reasons now cannot trust fiction, I'm gonna very, very deeply go over every word of this contract.
Yeah, roll me a 20-sider. Roll me 2 20-siders. This is up your alley. This is... That was weird. Everything suddenly died for me. Can you guys still hear me?
I
Yeah,
can
no,
still
we
hear
can
you.
hear you.
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Like, my stream died and everything.
Oh no.
No, I think it's back now. Technology!
Technology. Oh.
Sorry, you rolled a 10 and an 8?
Yep.
Okay. You can... And this is fun. This is fun. Let's leave it as a tough choice until I say what it is, everybody. So your tough choice is you can read through it, make sure there is nothing bad about that. It is strictly a contract that if you release this quill slash like you writing him being restrained into reality, he will recover the AP loss, the damage that he did to your friends, and helping out that. It fucking feels like it might explode. Actually, this battery's getting bad. He will leave this place and will never come back to here. That is what the contract says in full, no sneaky language. The second thing, what makes this a tough choice is there is some sneaky language in there, but you didn't catch it. But you're going to be able to write some sneaky language in there yourself, and he won't catch it.
Hmm. Isaac being Isaac and dealing with underhanded beings like this, Greek, 100% writes in some. I'm gonna say specifically, he misses the sneaky language because he intentionally wanted to write in his own. That is the only reason Isaac didn't pick up on it.
Absolutely. What'd you add to it? What happens? I'll tell you what he's going to do, because we've already made this decision. I'll tell you what he's going to do. Every single time the crew rolls a 1 naturally, he gets stronger.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Like, hands down. Every single one raises his max HP by 10. Every time he gets to, like, 50, and like his damage doubles.
Maybe put the inverse effect on a 20.
Oh my god, everything's just a tug of war nonstop.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Balance that shit out.
Absolutely. All right, yeah. I'm down.
I think in the contract we also have to work in, how do we know for sure that he's left? Maybe the crew will
I feel
always
like
be able to track him somehow.
I feel like this is a very important thing about being a bureaumancer. Even though I don't even know if I have the AP for it, but I feel like this has to be a binding agreement. Like, purely binding as in there are consequences for breaking it. Severe consequences for breaking it.
Okay, yeah, what's the consequence? if any of you break this, like, if any of you attack him right now, then, if any of you attack him right now, you will be locked in here forever. Like, that is the reality. You will be unable to leave.
Even
And
with
if-
our threads.
Even
Yep.
with your threat.
Okay.
And if he does not leave and if he ever comes back, like, what happens to him? Does he die?
Depowered maybe.
I would say
I
physically.
think if he
abilities.
comes back, he will be powerless and restricted in a hell of his own making.
Well, my suggestion was that he becomes a physical book that can only speak, but it has no way to affect anything. Like, he's just a living book.
Trap him back in a book like he was before.
Yeah, but he is like able to communicate, but is physical book.
And he's just done. He had, like, and with that, like, he will sign it just fine, and you guys will know that he has no intention of coming back here. He has intentions on going other places now that he knows other paths might be available to him. Why would I want to sit in this room forever? You told me that there's other worlds out there. He just, like, walks by, like, goes to Irwin's, like, curled upness and, like, boops him. Like, boop. He's just like, I can't wait to see the stars, and goes up to Forge and, like, boops him right on the nose. And, like, both of you two recover your AP fully.
Okay. Not that Forge is going to attack, but Forge literally it almost lunges and then just gets a hold of himself before he does. But still, it's kind of like fangs out and just angry.
Irwin kind of has the opposite response. He's like, man, I actually kind of like the idea of having a cousin.
I was like, I did too. And you see a single tear fall out of Fiction's eye. For a moment, it was almost like... He actually walks up to Irwin. He's like, can I get your number? Can we just, like... What if we
Yeah, we could
actually
hang out.
I think we could, like... And he's just like, here we go. You can contact me with... And I think he pulls out a little, like, crystal. And he's just like... You guys get the resonance so you can call him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice. But you guys, I just mean Irwin. He's not, like, on a first name basis with the crew. He just likes Irwin now. And he's just like, all right, we'll do this dinner thing right.
Yeah, real beer next time.
Real beer. We're gonna get crunk, and then he disappears.
Does the book go back to normal?
This is the, like, you guys are just in the regular place. He was just showing you around. Like, this is what it's like in the library.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did he heal Isaac as well?
Yep. Oh. Yeah, did he hurt you, Isaac? He must have.
I lost a
The book
life.
did.
Oh. The book wasn't him. The
Book was
book
a
was his
consequence.
magic corrupted.
Yeah. It was a consequence.
Well, I blame him.
He suddenly appears and just boops Isaac. Fine. Then boops away.
Wait.
Thank you,
technically-
friend.
Wait. Wouldn't that technically make him break his own contract?
Right. It's like, he never actually left. He was just watching you guys from the shadows.
Okay. I was about to-
I'm Batman.
Whoops.
Fucking. So, you guys did learn things about Phrygian that will be useful. And you did get rid of fiction. Did you guys have any more questions about Phrygian before we leave?
Well, I was going to. The next question I was going to have before I was like so attacked on levels of friendship. Was where is the entrances to this city? Like how to get in?
Oh yeah, there's big gates. Large, like very goth inspired situation gates. There's basically huge black spires that are like super try hard, you know what I mean?
Yes. And what was there any way for us to get like a city map?
They don't have a city map of it
Okay.
because Dorian never found one.
Oh, okay, so of course it wasn't written down. I see. So from what we saw, could I construct a city map from our tour?
Yeah, you guys could put together a brief, like this is
A
how
rough-
you get
yeah, like
to
a-
like Leviathan District.
Yeah, a rough sketch of what we toured.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, perfect. Because that'll be what I would be turning in on my report.
Everybody out of the book, or like out of the place.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. Except for it's just a door. You guys don't have to like
Oh,
fall
no, this
out
time
of
he
it.
did not dive out. Yeah, no, this time Forge did not dive out.
You guys see like Bill looking like not the happiest, as like it definitely looks he is wet and he has a small colorful piece of rubber on his head and there's some small colorful pieces of rubber on the ground.
Like water balloons?
Like a water balloons? Like somebody threw water balloons at him?
Oh, no, fiction.
And he's just like, that thing is unsettling.
Well, that thing will never return.
I just can't go back in there. I think I might hang out here for a little while, though. It's like they've got a lot of books, just not even in, like... Not in this form. And it's just like... You know what I learned? I just recently learned this, Forge. And it's like, he actually kind of like crawls up Forge's chest. Like, he's just really small. And like a little gremlin and like leans close. He's just like, they've never heard of Sea Devil's Night here. It's ridiculous. And he throws his hands up as he like leaves this building.
Oh, you see quickly Forge just kind of like brush off him. Like, what? Ew.
And yeah, I think I don't have much else to add to this game. You guys handled fiction in a much different way than I thought you guys were going to handle fiction.
I mean, my plan was going to swaddle and yeet him out of the book, but yeah.
I wanted to smash him, but that probably wasn't a very nice idea.
I think things went pretty well.
I
Right?
had
Everything
no
went good.
expectations, and I was still caught off guard.
Irwin has a residual cousin now.
Residual cousin, what a term.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
Well-
Cousin adjacent.
Well, if you're cousins, wouldn't that make you fact?
legally distinct cousin.
Legally distinct. Is it facts or fiction?
So, Bill is just like, thank you for dealing with our problem in there. I did manage to get him to concede to signing the NDA as well. I hope you all will remember not to speak on this to anyone.
I do have a question for you, Bill. Would it be okay for Lockstitch to study our would it be luminaries or mysticians for the mushroom?
I cannot allow you to take anything from this room.
No. They will not take it from the room, but would you allow them to come to study it?
Absolutely not. I'm sorry. I am quite sorry. I cannot have that many people with the knowledge. No. We here at Dorian will study this under our close control. We are quite accomplished scholars in and of our own right.
Well, if you need our help, you know where to reach us.
Absolutely. And you guys do feel that contract like again. It's like, thank you all again. And yeah, that's a what can you go I think in the contract of the that you guys signed, the NDAs, you can talk to Peanut, the captain, and any senior officers about this.
Yeah, Forge's report will be going to Peanut.
So like Leo can know, Voice can know, Akana can know, Ceylon can know, obviously the captain can know, Blueberries can know, which is hilarious. Did I miss any of the senior officers?
Is Kay a senior officer?
K is just a regular officer.
Ah, okay.
K is a Nepo officer.
Nepo officer.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Oh, there you go. Royce, Catori, Ceylon, Blueberries, Leo, and Akana are seniors.
The mayor cannot know. Fuck off.
Nope, the mayor cannot know. Absolutely not.
It's like, so there we have it. They have this here. That just so you guys know, they have all of their information. They have real copies too. They have physical copies, but they also have every single bit of information they have in a pocket anomaly. Catori, this is dangerous. Like, the thing this is partially what Royce is studying.
So, and she's definitely taken note of that, but she's going to put in her report that, knowing that the relationship could suffer if she says anything, she's just gonna suggest that we somehow observe it, maybe not. This is every once in a while check in sort of thing, because obviously we can't let that go for too much longer, but have no good reason to cause problems and demand it be sealed, I guess.
Mm-hmm. That's the responsible choice, Catori. Because, telling them they can't do it, you'd also have to tell Royce to stop it.
Yeah.
No, stop it. Bap.
It's like, you can't do that. Only we can do that. You're building mechs? How dare you?
Yeah, how dare you?
A big fan of rules for thee, but not for
Not
me.
for me, yeah.
How dare you do the thing that I'm doing?
Now, a question. In here, would there be a history of Hammerpaw?
There would probably be everything that they know about Hammerpaw.
Okay. That would be
Could we end our adventure maybe spending an hour or two extra just kind of reading around the information that we were interested in?
Absolutely. Well, Megan and her crew. I don't know if you guys, if you weren't here yesterday, you didn't see how awesome Megan's crew is. So I'm gonna show you guys just in case. So this is Cora. She is Megan's pilot. Here is Megan.
Okay, now that I can see her better, yeah, no, so that's
Oh,
pretty
hell
cool
yeah.
design. Yeah.
And this is Leia, her weapons master. I love them.
They're great.
They're amazing. I love them.
Dorian's clothes are my favorite. But anyway, absolutely, guys. Where are you researching? What are you looking for? Like a historical question. Unless you guys just want to like roll random, and then like I can give you like fun information from anywhere around the world.
Yeah, I think I'll roll random. Do you want a d20?
Yeah, a D20. $10 right in the middle. Okay. So random. All right. So yeah. Okay. So like Irwin, as you like go through, you find the button for basically big monsters. And as you're scrolling through, you are seeing images of the Ku Claw. And you see an image, and the Ku Claw is, in case you don't know, it's this guy over here. It's this absolute giant, like many-legged creature. Yeah, it's 6 legs. No, 8 on that one. Many-legged, absolute mammoth of a creature. And then the next page, you see one that like strikes you as familiar, and you see a large tan creature absolutely tower overing the mushrooms of Tir Loa. This is like the only picture, and I'm definitely picturing the person that took this picture as on safari. You know what I mean? They've got like the jungle hat on, and like it's like early 1900s, and they get a good picture, and we know the players, and Irwin knows, this is Sabbatha. This is Reedy's wife wandering around Tir Loa, which is this side here. Can you click exact on this map to make the little beacon? Where is Sabbatha? Wherever you click is exactly the location she is going to remain until the crew runs into her.
I kind of like these like collapsing. 1 second. How do I do the ping thing?
Press and hold the left click.
Okay. These kind of like collapsing towers here.
All right. Just so you know about those towers right there, that is a skyscraper that transformed into a mech.
Okay, maybe that commotion attract. Like, you went to check that out.
Okay, yeah. Sabbath is just hanging out there. Nice to know. Okay. Who else wants to study something?
Since Simgard is trying to find ways to protect against null metal, I wanted to get more in-depth knowledge on spirits and spirit corpse.
I think Dorian has incredibly limited knowledge on that. Like, incredibly limited. I think recently is just kind of not newspaper clippings, but almost about reports on null metal. And like lots of stuff from Channel 6 News about like null metal.
Oh, God, not them
Putting
again.
you put a piece of null metal in your water, and then like that is how you purify your water. It's better that way. It's healthier. It's safer.
Oh, no. Not those people again.
And it's just like they've started making like little decanters and stuff that like null metal decanters. You don't want gross magic in your drinking water. You want that inside you? Gross. Null metal is natural. It's outstanding. It's
Oh, my goodness. I'm gonna cry. Okay. I guess I can't research anything else.
it's like that is like they are theorizing that is spirit corpses, but you guys already know that, you know? You guys know more than they do in this situation.
Can I divulge that information to them?
Yeah, you guys can all have like conversations about that.
I would basically look to Catori for, since she is the most senior officer, for permission to reveal that information, because they're pretty much close. They're just at the hurdle, but they haven't jumped yet.
Oh no, do we have a prime directive?
That's why I'm looking to you, Catori.
I don't think so.
Because
I've never thought the crew really keeps things to themselves too much. Like the world already knows that the silver thimble wasn't here originally. That they know that you guys got here. A lot of people, not everybody around the world, like close people know, like Yoke know, the people in Dendroid know. Like you guys can keep secrets for sure, but yeah.
yeah, because
This
think
one
that-
seems like it's important to share, honestly.
yeah, because that's the thing, is that my people, their whole thing is about sharing information that will better people's lives. Like if it's something that's too dangerous, then absolutely not. But this seems like something, a missing piece that they absolutely need to know.
I wonder how Dorian thinks about it. I think honestly they think about it would think about it on an intellectual level. Like they're not particularly magical themselves.
Yeah. So with Catori's permission, I will write down something from my book to give them.
They-
To give to them as information that they are missing about no metal.
They file it on under secondhand knowledge to be researched. I think the same like that is up against Channel 6's stuff.
Yeah. I basically I inform him that this is first-hand knowledge from our people, that we don't normally divulge this, but this is too important for you not to know. Also, don't drink water with no metal pieces in them.
It's like for science. Just so you guys know, I don't think that null metal stuff would do a lot to most of the people in the world. Like they're not magical enough, and they don't use. It might make them tired, but it might not. Like some creatures around here are just perfectly non-magical.
The average creature is not magical enough for it to be like entirely
Exactly.
lethal.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying lethal, but still, it's like slowly drinking poison and lead and whatnot. That's how Forge sees it. It's like drinking lead water. You're drinking.
Oh yeah, and it would be for some of you.
Water-soaked corpses. Literally, you're drinking water from a filtered corpse.
Oh my god. Forge flips the page and it's just a Channel 6 like news article going on right now about it turns on the TV when he gets home. Sorry, about the idea that if you get sick from drinking this water, it means you are corrupt, that you are a sinner.
Oh god.
just like, do you have any family members that when you gave them null metal water, it made them sick? They might be possessed. More tonight at 9.
Oh, God, this gets
my
better, doesn't it?
Oh man, fiction's gonna love Channel 6. I just thought about that.
Can't
Have
I
you heard
become
what
their
the water's
producer?
doing to the frogs?
Oh my god.
God, are they turning them gay?
Well, there we go.
Well, that was unfortunate.
Well, we did what we could. Fiction is quote unquote gone.
Oh yeah, Catori and Isaac have to tell me what they're researching too.
Oh, right.
Isaac, do you want to go first?
No, you go first. I have a lot that I have to think about.
That's fair. Catori would like to look at their journals and their research on anomalies, trimming them evenly and suspending them for use.
Absolutely, how fun. They have detailed notes on how to do this.
It's okay. I brought my notebook, so shh.
And it's just like there are diagrams, Catori. There are like in-depth explanations on how to do it, mathematical equations, really nice diagrams. They often reference a third party that was helping them with it, but with the speed and like the speed at which Catori can read, like having a time limit here doesn't matter. So Catori, you realize like multiple notes that talk about hiring this third party, this outside group. They hired the alchemists. There's basically, you find a receipt. Like the alchemist cut this for them. Like if for them it was all theory, but the alchemist could make it reality.
Well, that's not really. I mean, we've got the diagrams and stuff, but
Oh, you could.
it's not really
you guys
great
could-
news.
Yeah, this is like. So, like, some of the stuff you guys are researching, the alchemists are also researching, or at least a step ahead of you on it. But yeah, all the writing, even in the contracts, feel like they feel dirty hiring these people, but they couldn't find another way to do it. I then think that like later, like years later, there's notes about if only they had known the Lockstitch group would have shown up, then they wouldn't have had to resort to such means. And I think that's just like an aside on one of like somebody wrote down as like a note. You know what I mean?
Got it.
Like they checked up on it recently. It's been giving them problems for months now. I think they feel it would be in those notes. It would make sense. Magic is fluctuating in a way they've never seen, to a level they've never recorded. Catori, they are aware of it, but no matter what they do, they can't seem to get concerned, and that worries somebody. Like the author of these notes. I think it might be Bill. I think Bill is actually the one that you're reading his paper on this.
Well, he's right to be concerned that no one's concerned.
That is the number one thing that he is worried about. And then, like, you start thinking about that and see, like, stacks and stacks and stacks of papers that of Bill researching why people aren't worried. But we'll get to that another time. Isaac, what are you researching?
I've settled on the capital L librarians. The same wonderful folk I got that business card from.
The capital L Librarians. Lily is a member of the capital L Librarians. She works here and she is currently a student here at Dorian. The capital L Librarians are a group of people that wander the world to conserve the art of the written word. They are looking for amazing fiction and nonfiction, poetry and like song, written sheet music, everything written down. The capital L Librarians want them, and they are the stewards of them. They are the stewards of the written word. Like, as long as like there is one capital L librarian, fully qualified librarian, we have the ability to reclaim all knowledge. And then there are little notes next to that. Note, this is just a claim made by the librarians. We have no way of knowing that this is in fact the truth. And then there's like addendum after that. Lily claims that it has happened twice before, but again, we have no proof that this has ever happened in the history of the Echo.
Noted.
And like place of meeting, like home address or like mailing address is included. Fuck, what's a really good number for this? I think honestly it's 010100101010101001 Folded City. That's the mailing address.
Well, Isaac has a vacation destination.
So yeah, I do like the idea of you guys all just like in a like basically a VR room, like sitting next to each other in like delightful little seating, just scrolling Dorian's knowledge. Huh. You guys can't tell anybody how you got this information. You guys can't tell a single soul where you learned where Sabbatha was, where you learned about Channel 6 talking shit.
We can tell senior officers, though,
You can
right?
tell senior officers and the captain. All right.
And can they tell people?
I think that breaks the spirit of the contract. We're going to have to ask a bureaumancer. Isaac? If we tell somebody and they tell somebody else, do we break the contract?
If you tell somebody, that person is, by extension, accepting the same contract.
All right.
But we have to make sure that we tell them of the stipulations of the binding, because if we do not, then they could
Considering
easily
the
break it.
nature of how the contract became, like us getting here, basically all senior officers and the captain have already, by extension, given consent to be under
Under
the yeah.
Definitely. I feel like when you guys like tell them, they feel this knowledge like getting hit in the chest with like that air cannon thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They feel it.
So me giving a physical report to Peanut would cause that.
Oh yeah, and Peanut's definitely already under it. Peanut's the first one that signed.
Yeah.
And maybe it's one of those things that because they weren't the signer of the contract, maybe every time they attempt to repeat the information we gave them, they're not able to speak it. Like,
Oh,
it
absolutely.
just
So they
comes
can't
out.
accidentally.
Yeah, so like all the information that's to be redacted, just it's like somebody muted them.
Yeah.
To answer Linea's question there, so who's on the hook for eavesdropping, is you would take it to the appeal court situation. You would appeal. And then if it was proven that you were doing all your due diligence to keep the secret, then it's not on you. Like if it's an invisible spy from fucking Belltown or something that we guys have no way of detecting, what are you gonna do? But if you guys were just drunk talking in a bar, you broke that contract.
Yeah. It's so basically intention.
Intent is a very big thing. I think intent means a lot. It also, I think some bureaumancers are more semantic and some are more intent based. You know, letter of law versus.
Yeah.
Like, what does the law say, and what does the law intend to actually have happen in like actual circumstances?
I bet there's fucking bureaumancers that argue both ways and are both the biggest shits. All right, everybody. I'm gonna call the game here while you guys are just like having your little like snacks and little When you're in the VR thing, are you all like holding basically what look like books, or are you guys just like?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, what I was going to say, if I may, that there were very special like glasses that had like lenses on them for us to perceive the information safely.
Well, you guys have to just walk into that place. So whenever you think it happens, so if you,
I see.
like,
I see.
it's all around you, but it's only whatever you are thinking about. And if you guys want to have like group experiments where you all go into the same ones, then sure. But you guys can keep it to yourself. That place is a trip. It's also a break in reality.
Ah, so the breaking of fourth walls.
A little bit.
Yeah, no, I like the idea of a book or like a tablet sort of thing. Like a spectral book.
Okay. I need to do a recap because we did a lot of things this episode, everyone. Like we did. And if I missed things, please let me know. Okay. So we started off Dorian calling for historians and librarians and people who know spirits and have a discerning eye. They called you guys in. You guys did like a walk and talk scene with Bill walking down and then signed a non-disclosure agreement. And then they showed you that they have an active rip in reality. They are currently using it to store Dorian's vast knowledge. And it's just like the problem is a spirit got in there and had been changing things and changing reality. So you guys, as you were researching it, a bit of corruption and corrupted magic attacked Isaac and began to puppet him to protect itself. Catori slapped it away, and Irwin learned how to cure it. The cure is not a permanent cure, by the way. All you are doing is holding the corruption in a vessel. That vessel happens to be a mushroom. And that's delightful. Then we went in, learned the Phrygian's a really awesome fucking like goth nightclub town. That's basically chandeliers and shark people. And I love them. Also high fashion. Then in there we learned that the spirit of fiction from last season is the spirit that snuck their way in here. And they were rewriting things. Fiction cannot wholesale create different realities. Like he cannot wholesale create it, but he can make you different. Like, he can change your backstory. Like, he is also known as the Cosmic Liar. And he claims that he didn't know what he was doing, but he is the Cosmic Liar, so I don't honestly think you guys should believe him or do fully believe him. You inadvertently showed him the fact that he can go to space, or that there are other worlds, and now has his heart set on that, to go to other worlds. He decided to force you into it by trying to rewrite Forge's belief in the word friend as someone who is subservient. That caused a bit of a tiff between you all, where he crippled Irwin with basically a glance. Like, oh wait, Irwin, sorry. Irwin made Fiction his cousin for a while. It's very important that for a moment they were actually cousins. Very important that that is out there. Then he broke that reality, and it crippled Irwin. The loss of a cousin was really hard on Irwin in that moment.
He's going to be struggling with that for a while.
It's just like, you're gonna go to sleep, and like not even go to sleep, just lay awake in bed, lay awake in your jar.
Yep.
It's just like so sad. But then Isaac bound him. Forge got debilitated by breaking out of that truth that was set for the fiction that he told. Really got hurt. Catori threatened the shit out of Fiction, and then he got scared, decided to sign a contract. We signed a contract where both parties got one over the other one. So anytime the crew rolls a 1, natural 1 from here forward, Fiction gets 10 HP. Every 50 HP, he gets twice. He hits twice as hard. So right now he hits for, let's say, 4 physically generally, but he hits for AP, not HP most of the time. If he gets to 50, he's gonna hit for 8. We're starting at 10. Every time you guys roll a 20, natural 20, we will lower that. And we will see what happens if he gets 0.
This is going to be interesting because it's going to be kind of like the voting situation.
It's basically the voting. At some point, I will lock his number. When he becomes the big, if he becomes a big threat, if we start dealing with him more, I will lock his number. Then you guys got him out of there. It was awesome. And then, as you guys were being escorted to the door, Catori decided to ask if she could just go have some reading time, and we did. At which point we discovered not just that Sabbatha is in Tirloa. We know where she is in Tirloa. We have documentation proving that. We can't talk to many people about that, but we have documentation. We know 2 things: that we know more than Dorian does about spirits. Significantly more. This is a city of luminaries, and they don't have they just got a mystician with Rennick. When Rennick came here and started helping out, that is their first experience with spirits and stuff. They have not published the Thrust paper yet, and it's not in here yet, Forge. But when it is, we'll get you a copy of that Thrust paper. Thrust is the Thaddeus, Hank, and Rennick's universal spirit theory.
Ah, okay. That would be amusing to have.
Then we learn that Channel 6 has been advocating people drinking their drinking water with null metal put in it. I think it says they keep saying outside sources and like trusted sources say to do this. And that comes up over and over again. Forge. Like Channel 6 didn't come up with this. Somebody is telling them to tell people to do this.
I see. Would this be something I would naturally suspect? Maybe
I think
Storm
so.
Doing or
I think you guys will just like pick it up like by watching the news and stuff. It's like, oh no. And Catori learned how to seal up riffs. Basically everything that Royce is doing in his free time, like studying that shit. Catori's just like, here's the diagram to do it. And also that the alchemists are involved in this and also know how to do it. They're like a step ahead of you guys on this one. But Catori, you can now seal more riffs. Can Catori use this information in any other way? I believe so, Catori. I have thoughts. I have ideas for you making this your own. We should talk.
Okay.
And then Isaac learned that the capital L librarians are the steward of knowledge, or the steward of the written word. Very specific about the written word. And they claim that if all of the written words were destroyed one day, they could replace it instantaneously as long as there was one librarian left out there. The Dorian people do doubt this as the truth. And there we go. Did I miss anything? I think so.
Oh, that we now know that Lore is located in the Leviathan district.
Absolutely. We know we have a pretty good map of Phrygian, which will make tomorrow's game significantly easier. And yeah, successful game all around. Tomorrow's game, we are going to Phrygian with the main party, with the officer party. Crew in the chat, you guys are going to be fixing that resonator. So like if you can show up to help out with that, that'd be great. Then I don't know if we've talked about this enough, but on Tuesday we are playing an interlude, which is the game between arcs. It is the Storm's crew stealing some shit. We are playing Blades in the Dark. We are playing as it is Ibring, We Are, Clear, and Perish, which are played by, not in this order, as Midnight, Cass, and Cowboy, and Forge. Wait, Darkborn. So I don't know if we've said that out loud anywhere except for in our chat, our group chat, but we're doing that.
Yeah. It very much excites. Very much excites for that.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. And that is on Tuesday the 26th, I believe, at normal time.
I can't wait for you all to hear the voice that come up for that one.
Alright, so I think with that, we're good. Gonna hack off and see y'all tomorrow for the third part of the Starborne Melody finale.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye forever!
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
In the celestial sea where stars align, Lockstitch will go where wonder lies. Its specialist crew a beacon of light, for work to unravel secrets entwined. Lore with her care and lust for life, turning the cogs in her curious mind. echo, her interest is cast. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Sail on a siren with feathers adorned, seeks to maintain her graceful form. A voice that weaves sails across the sky, relaying the dreams that never die. Rennick the brain with numbers and might, forearms, four eyes in the cosmic night. Stoic and with numerical grace, in Lockstitch's crew he has found his place. Starborne Melody echoes in the deep, an ancient history, now our secrets to keep. Pollux and Castor, the skillful pair, always the team with starry